Hey, this is Mario, and let me just share my screen. All right, there we go. So we get a lot of clients call us referencing Section 3 violations or Section 3 suspension. So I thought let's just go over what a Section 3 violation or a Section 3 suspension really is. So anytime Amazon references Section 3, they're really talking about Section 3 of the BSA, the Business Solutions Agreement. And Amazon's Section 3 is a paragraph in the agreement in the BSA that essentially states the reasons and the conditions at when they can suspend you, right? I think everyone knows that Amazon's agreement with third-party sellers, it's an at-will agreement, which means either party can end it at any time with notice, right? So let me just pull up that section. So here's a screenshot from the BSA, paragraph 3 or section 3 of the BSA. And I've highlighted a few things, what I think are super important. So over here, it says we may terminate your account or this agreement for convenience with 30 days advance notice. So at any time, they could go ahead and terminate the agreement, but they have to give you 30 days notice. They could terminate it because they say you have red hair and we don't want to do business with people that have red hair, or your hair is too short for whatever reason, right? They could go ahead and terminate the agreement, but they have to give you 30 days advance notice. Okay. And obviously you could do the same. If you ever want to cancel the agreement or terminate the relationship, you could do so. Okay. Now, as far as suspensions go, what's highlighted in yellow, I think that's the important part. And that's what's relevant 99% of the time. So Section 3 says we may suspend or terminate your account or this agreement immediately if we determine that A, you have materially breached the agreement and failed to cure within 7 days of a cure notice, unless your breach exposes us to liability toward a third party, in which case we are entitled to reduce or waive the aforementioned cure period at our reasonable discretion. So that's just subsection 8. Let's just talk about that. It's saying we can suspend or terminate your account or this agreement if you have materially breached the agreement. And if the breach isn't too serious, then they could give you 7 days advance notice to fix the breach, right? Now it's saying that they could waive the 7-day notice if the liability or if your actions have exposed them to a third party. A third party could be another brand, or it could be another company, or it could be another seller. So if you've exposed them to liability toward a third party, such as another brand, like for example, Apple, then at that time they could reduce the 7-day notice or entirely waive it. Okay, so that's what that says. And obviously they have reasonable discretion to do so. Okay, reasonable is a bit question, a little bit of a question as far as what it really means, but that's what it says. Now, subsection B says, if your account has been or our controls, meaning Amazon's controls, identify that it may be used for deceptive or fraudulent or illegal activity, then they can suspend or terminate it within essentially immediately. Okay. Section C or subsection C says your use of the services, meaning selling on Amazon, has harmed or our controls identify that it might harm, right? Now they're looking at the future. Maybe you haven't committed anything or done something wrong, but their controls identify that in the future, you might do something where it might harm other sellers, customers, or Amazon's legitimate interests. Then they can suspend or terminate this account. Now, what's super important is where it says Amazon's legitimate interests. That's not really specified. So I think almost anything can fall into that bucket. Okay. What's new, what they've added recently is subsection D, which I've underlined. It says your account health rating falls below our published threshold for deactivation. If you guys don't know, about a month ago or maybe 45 days ago, at Amazon's conference that they have annually, they released Amazon's new account health dashboard, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is what the new one looks like, where before it was just a bar that was red, yellow, and green. Now they have numbers associated with it. And let me see if I can just zoom in. Let me just go back here. So this is what it looks like now. There we go. So from 200 to 1,000, you're in good standing, no issues. If it falls below that, so from 100 to 199, then you're in the yellow. You're at risk. You're in murky water of being suspended. And if it falls below 100, meaning 0 to 900, 0 to 99, then they can't suspend you. That's what subsection T references. Subsection D as in David references in this. Let me just zoom out again. So that's something new that they've added. That right there. Your account health rating falls below our published thresholds for deactivation. So that's something new. But that's what section 3 violation or section 3 suspension. Essentially all of them, all suspensions, all terminations are section 3. Okay, it's just Amazon's way of keeping it very broad and essentially saying see section 3, but section 3 essentially says we could suspend you for whatever reason we want. Okay, so just thought I would cover that and give you guys some more information what it means when they say section 3 suspension. All right. Any questions you guys have, any comments, or if you guys need help with account suspensions, ASIN suspensions, and really anything involving Amazon or competitors on Amazon, feel free to give us a call at that number 424-363-6233, or shoot us an email at intake@esco and be more than willing to help you guys out. All right. If you guys found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Thank you.